Rebound, Phillips with 3 seconds, launches, it's short, Allen's got the rebound, and that's it, Delaware does it! The Blue Hens are going to the NCAA tournament! And there it is! Charleston is going to the NCAA tournament! The Cougars will be dancing in 2023! Soul of the UNCW team trying to put his Seahawks into the NCAA tournament. This one should seal it.
Hey, I'm TJ Carter, 2006 CAA Tournament MVP and proud alum. Being a part of a winning culture taught me that success takes communication, trust, and teamwork. That's exactly what I bring every day at Southeast Mortgage. Whether you're buying your first home, moving up, or renovating your existing home, my team and I are here to guide you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your home buying journey a slam dunk. So why wait for overtime? Take the shot, call me today, or visit my website below.
I said yes before he even finished. He sent me a text. He said, if I send you a contract right now, would you sign it? And I said, I've already signed it. And I said, I'll walk backwards to Wilmington.
Yeah. Well, again, if you're around Takeo day to day, he surrounds himself with people that he trusts, the coaches, the managers, the support staff, and if you win his trust and you trust him and he trusts you, you're a part of the program, but you have a desire to every day make that program better. That's the culture that I've talked about has been in place over the years, particularly with Coach Keats and now Coach Siddle. But they're from the same tree, obviously, coaching tree.
It was crazy. You know, I didn't meet the team. I took the job in April, March, whenever it was. I didn't meet the team for the first time in person until August. We were doing everything over Zoom. So it was a trying time for sure, but I needed that more than anything.
Well, he had talked to me right when he had got the job, and I just love everything he had said, you know what I'm saying? It felt like he was recruiting me for my whole high school career, and, you know, I trusted him, I trusted the staff, and I love everything he had to offer, so yeah, I stayed.
Yeah, I wanted to win in Wilmington. I knew Wilmington was a very special place, you know, from the time with early Devontae Kaycock, CJ Bryce, Jordan Talley, Craig Ponders, like these guys laid a foundation of winning in Wilmington, and it slipped a little bit in my first 3 years, and I really wanted to win in Wilmington. And with the staff now with Coach Siddle, Coach Kurt, Coach Craig, Hunter, these guys got the formula down packed now, you know, and I'm just glad I was able to help a little bit with that foundation. And now,
yeah, it was tough. It was tough. You know, you just, at any given day, you wake up, you didn't know if you're going to be shut down for a week, 2 weeks. You never knew. Like everything was different. You know, the way that you prepared. You know, you in workouts after you come off a pause, you have to coach them from a distance, and they're working out on separate goals. It was crazy. You know, the return to play was crazy. Everything about it was crazy, but we were able to really evaluate the program from top to bottom and figure out what we needed to do moving forward when things got back to normal.
And we've been getting after it pretty much for the last couple weeks. We've had about 5 to 7 team workouts. So nothing much has changed with the level of excitement. Anytime we can get in here together, it's an exciting day for us, and we look forward to it.
I would say so now it's like the official day, so now like the season really starts today. So it's definitely a little bit of more intensity today, I would say, definitely.
No, it feels like a regular day. We've been doing this for a while now, so I think we're all just in the groove of getting into things. We're all getting used to the coaching staff now, and everybody is like in a really good mood, and like everything, this is just a regular day for us. Coach Tidal is doing a really good job with us with getting us in really good shape and preparing us for that kind of schedule. So we're not really worried about it. It's definitely going to be different than what we've been doing, what the whole NCAA has been doing, really. But I give all the credit to Coach Tidal and the rest of the coaching staff for helping us like prepare for a hectic schedule like that.
21-22, is that when you kind of felt like this thing was moving in the right direction?
Yeah, after we got our tail kicked at Jacksonville.
We started off really bad. I think we started like 3-5 or something. We had a really bad loss in Jacksonville. We lost by like 40 points. And then Coach Tidal made some adjustments. And then we got on a 12-game win streak after that. And that changed our whole season. I think we went to number 1 in the conference after that.
Man,
so
everything changed. We just upped it in practice. The captains, Sims, Mike. I remember, I think as soon as we got back, we had a players meeting, and Jalen Sims, he led the way, and we all just held each other accountable. I feel like that's what made the big turnaround, you know what I'm saying? Like Coach always say, for championship teams, it got to be player-led, and Sims was a great leader. And I could say him doing that also with what the staff did on their own, I feel like that was a big turnaround.
But we were able to recruit some really good players. We were able to hold on to some really important pieces. Very similar to a Craig Ponder and guys that were about the right things. When I say that, I'm talking about Shaquem Phillips, Jalen Sims, Michael Cora. We were able to bring back Jalen Fornes. We were able to bring in James Baker, who doesn't get enough credit around here for what he did for this program. We were able to bring those guys back and add some really key pieces to it. And I knew we had a chance to be pretty good. But when we got our butt kicked against Jacksonville and the way we responded to that adversity, I knew we had a chance to be pretty good. And as we got going, I knew we were a contender, and we certainly were. And we finished the season off very well. But I knew after that game, the way we responded to it, I knew we had a chance to be pretty good. Yeah, Mike, it was very humbling. It was very humbling. Once you get going, you're just kind of going with the flow. You learn a lot about yourself with how to handle the situation if you ever get that opportunity again. You learn a whole lot about yourself. But you get there, you put yourself in a position to win.
Sims, transition three. Looks good. Bang. It is good. Phillips through traffic, bangs it in. Phillips crossover into paint, drive to the basket, but can't get a roll. Painter a hand on it. Rebound, follow. Kelly with a lefty slam. Nicholsby this year, the two-post players. Fornes up top. Splashes a three. Needs to touch it more, right, Pete?
Yep.
Open, Harvey. Whoa! Reball, Jamari Harvey. Baker Jr., here's Sims, somehow left alone. He'll make you pay every time. 16 points, 4 boards for Sims, 8 of 9 from the line. Step back, to the elbow, hits another. Well, player.
You come up short. It's deflating. But you have to pick yourself back up really fast because you got 15 guys that need you. They don't know how to respond to that.
Sims, final seconds, pulls up with the three, it's short. Rebound, Phillips with 3 seconds, launches, it's short. Allen's got the rebound, and that's it. Delaware does it. The Blue Hens are going to the NCAA tournament.
Have to immediately get excited about what's next. So that was a challenge, getting them excited about that. And, you know, you have a chance to play in postseason. Not a lot of teams do. So we had a great opportunity in front of us, and we certainly capitalized on it.
Yeah. CBL, it was fun. You know, we were like, if we're going to be here, we might as well win it. You know, it was competitive. It was a lot of good competition. We played a good Drake team who's now like, I think that staff went to West Virginia. But they were super talented. Middle Tennessee was super talented. VMI was super talented. We played a lot of great teams. We even played Dalton Connect. He played with I forgot what team he played for, but we played him. So it was fun. It was like you said, a lot of comebacks. A lot of times I'm like, okay, like this is getting close. Like we gotta really lock in, try to get this win.
Yeah, it was great. It was great when you look back at the whole process of getting to that point. They weren't really excited about playing in that tournament. So that was a challenge. Getting them excited. You know, the one thing I talked to them about, the seniors, it's like, hey, this is a chance for you to build your portfolio. You know, you got a chance to play some more games and have some scouts watch you, and because they all wanted to play pro. So that excited them a little bit. Going up and having a chance to be one of 3 or 4 teams to end the season with a win, having a chance to win the first postseason championship in school history, that was important. 27 wins, that hadn't been done much here at UNCW, so there was a lot to be excited about, getting through that first game, responding to adversity, and then so on and so forth, the crazy things that happened.
One of the great comebacks I think we've seen.
Their 9th time. 9 times they've come back from double figures down and won. 9 times.
That's their comfort zone.
I would have taken it once in a 30-game season.
22 down in the second half. They come back, take the lead. Sims puts it in with 4.3 to go. They play great defense on the other end and win it. 76-75, your final score. What we hope.
After being deflated in the championship game of the CAA tournament, to see them be excited to finish the season off, they deserved it because they worked hard. They were about the right things, and it was fun to watch Jalen Sims and Michael Koru, who experienced a lot of losing at UNCW, to see them finish off the way that they did. As a coach, you just sit back and watch them, and you get excited, and you're happy about watching them be happy.
And welcome to the Roman CBI Championship game. On a Wednesday afternoon in Daytona Beach, Florida. Where else would you rather be? Middle Tennessee and UNC Wilmington meeting for the second time all time, but this time with an opportunity to win some hardware. Jalen Sims forced that one in traffic. So you're telling me there's a chance. Wow. How about that bounce for Baker? Okaru from Forns. That's a 3. Sims, one possession game. And it feels like the Seahawks who call the timeout. Sims, baseline, short. Sims, put back. Yes. Approaching 20 seconds. Fords, that's a 3, and it's all net. Fords, deep 3, and he connects. The lead is 1. Here comes Sims. Time winding down. Sims attacking, and he's fouled. Championship game. Big time. 80. Sims drains them both. Where's Donovan Sims? Right there. Top of the key. An open look. 3 all the way. He got it. He got it. Tied at 81. Okaru. Half-court heave. Double overtime. and pops. Mike Caro ties it up at 88. A tournament and a championship in postseason play.
Coaches already congratulating one another, and why not?
96-90, the final score. Another comeback for UNCW. They are your CBI champions in 2022.
It was amazing, man. Just that being able to win with that group, like Mike and Sims and JB, them guys was real captains, like real veterans, and being able to go out with a bang for them was special, you know what I'm saying? Especially for Sims and Mike. Also, Jalen Florence, like every day I learned so much from them guys, and just being able to win that CBI championship, that I knew that was special for them, and I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, win that for those group of guys.
Well, obviously you want to go to the NCAA tournament, but if you're not going to go to the NCAA tournament, you want to end out with a win somewhere. And I'm just glad we got to do that with the CBI. And like you said, that kind of started the culture and the winning foundation.
Hey, I'm TJ Carter, 2006 CAA Tournament MVP and proud alum. Being a part of a winning culture taught me that success takes communication, trust, and teamwork. That's exactly what I bring every day at Southeast Mortgage. Whether you're buying your first home, moving up, or renovating your existing home, my team and I are here to guide you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your home buying journey a slam dunk. So why wait for overtime? Take the shot, call me today, or visit my website below.
I knew it pretty early on. Me and Nolan actually committed on the same day, but I knew pretty early on that this is where I wanted to be. You know, good level, good fit. You know, had a great relationship with Coach Tidal and also Travis Hackert as well. And obviously he left before I came here, but you know, had a really good relationship with Coach, and we talk on the phone, you know, multiple times every week, and was kind of able to get the feel for how he ran things even before I got here. So I knew that was where I wanted to be pretty early. My dad actually went to school here too, so you know, just he was able to kind of show me around the area and whatnot, and you know, what's not to love about it. So
I didn't really know much. I'd never been to Wilmington before. My dad said that he had taken a couple players on here for a camp a while ago, but you know, I knew it was, I guess I committed right at Siddle's first year, but I didn't really know much besides that. But you know, the coaching staff, when they recruited me, they were great, and you know, I love them all to death.
Yeah, so I had never heard of UNCW prior to, but coming in that first year, I definitely feel like I could fit in, help the team win. It was just a bunch of guys that wanted to excel, you feel me, personally. But the ultimate goal at the end of the day was always to win, because even in those after practice talks and stuff, it was always about we gotta win, so we all can strive and reach our goals personally. So yeah.
Really just, you know, how hard it is to get there. Obviously being a mid-major league, you know, you got to win those 3 games in 3 days. Like, you know, the rest of the season obviously matters, and that's preparing you up to, you know, that stretch in DC. But, you know, it's hard work. It's hard work to win those 3 games in 3 days. And
yeah, Mike, I honestly, I don't know how much we did different. You know, with that team, I was surprised that we were in that position again. I was surprised. So that whole prep going into that tournament was trying to get them to believe.
Lifetime for you right here, baby. All right. We talked about this stuff already. Door shut. All right. Take care of the ball. There's a lot that goes into that. Talk to me about it a little bit, Noah.
Playing our speed.
Taking care of the basketball.
No live ball turnovers.
What can really turn us over?
Physicality.
Their physicality. is the main thing.
Bumping us on screen, stuff like that.
All of that. So we talked about it, making sure that we come to a jump stop when we hand off. Not 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. Making sure when we cut, all right, we wait on the screen. Making sure when we are the screener, we go up and get contact. All right, so we don't get those cut turnovers.
Just trying to trick their mind, to be honest with you.
Be ready for a UFC 5-round fight. Okay? All right? The dude that gets knocked out, gets a bone broken, whatever, that's going to be the guy that loses. It ain't going to be us. You should feel disrespected. We've talked about a lot. We've given you a lot. Now you guys got to go out there and cut loose. No way that you let another man that does the same thing that you do on a daily basis punk you and try to take something that you want and that you've earned. Okay? All right, you guys deserve this moment. All right, you've earned it. You're built for this. Go out there and go get what's yours. Okay? Yes, sir. All right, let's go, man.
Because I didn't think we were very talented. I didn't think that we were worthy of being a champion, and so I was trying to flip their mind and have them believe, and it worked.
UNCW bit. Thomas gets aggressive. Off the glass and in. Jamari Thomas for 2. Again the second half. In that one last night, amazing against Towson. Floating and scoring. Newbie, that one. Sweet, the teardrop. Kelly, strong rebound. And one! Amari Kelly. Pick and roll again. It's Kelly. 2 more! And 1! Amari Kelly continues a huge night for UNCW.
Up until about 4 minutes left in that game, and then our true colors really came out.
Trails. Larson for 3. Got it! A huge free ball for Ryan Larson. Larson helps, steals. Ryan Larson doing it all for Charleston. Bergevich spins, needs help. Hits an incredible shot. Ante Bergevich.
And the better team won. Charleston deserved to win that one.
You know, freshman year, it was tough. We felt like we had the talent both years, honestly, but everything just wasn't clicking at the right times. We had those February droughts.
I wouldn't say I took that for granted, but, you know, you get that success early as a freshman, and maybe you think that's how it's always supposed to go, like, oh, you know, we'll go back next year. And then obviously my sophomore year got knocked out in the quarterfinals against Towson. So
it had to be a memorable moment for you to be on the team that wins at Rupp. What was that like to beat Kentucky?
I still go back to this day to watch that game. And that was like a dream come true. It was.
But
it felt
when you went into the Kentucky game, strategically, before we watched this film, what was the game plan that ended up coming to fruition in the game?
Well, let's rewind back to shoot around.
Okay.
Okay. Going in, I knew it would be a wow factor for some of my guys. You know, and that's something I learned from Kevin Keats. When we used to go play UNC, when I was at NC State, they're so enamored with all the banners and, you know, the Kentucky blue, it pops. It's a big 19,000, 20,000 seat arena. So I wanted to make sure that when we walked in that arena, that we came there to win. Okay.
It felt fake, honestly, but just winning in Rupp and doing it while they was ranked, I'll say that's probably one of the biggest moments of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yet on this possession. And now Phillips with the shot clock winding down. Somehow got it over Edwards, who may have touched that anyway. Phillips for to shoot, spinning, turning, scoring.
Impressive.
Phillips, a drive, a shot. Good. How about this? I know there's a lot of college football going on that's dominating the sports world, but this final right here is going to catch a lot of folks by surprise as UNC Wilmington comes to Lexington and beats Kentucky 80-73. for the Seahawks' first-ranked road win in program history.
Doing it with that team, doing it with this staff, doing it with this school, certainly a big accomplishment for me while I was here, and it was an amazing moment here.
Yeah, what was that like then in the locker room?
It was you know, it felt like a swimming pool. It felt like I jumped in a cold swimming pool because they showered me with water bottles. You know, the special thing about it is, you know, we had a bunch of our donors fly down with us, so we were able to celebrate that win with them. You know, to see them get emotional, because a lot of our donors are UNCW alums.
Tell us about Shy Time, because again, it seemed like that was a thing when you were here. End of games is when you took over and you had some great success.
Back to a 2-point game again.
They're trying to space the floor and give Phillips enough room to operate.
Phillips, top of the key, cans another.
And if I'm Martin Inglesby, I have to think about switching someone else on Shaquem Phillips.
Phillips right with 4, now 3, has to think shot. Pulls up, shoots it, banks it in! The first basket, the first points tonight for Shaquem Phillips. Seahawks up 5.
No screen, they're just going to let him go.
Watch by Tart. Phillips, pump fake, leans in, scores!
Phillips, gliding, Seahawks lead. Blocked for Phillips as we hit the final minute. Shaquem Phillips, the fifth-year senior. This is his time!
Big-time play from Phillips. Getting into the bag. One-on-one, mano-a-mano basketball.
Shot time, I mean, I don't know, it's just something about the clutch time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go back to the word trust, you know what I'm saying? He always put the ball in my hands, and, you know, sometimes I didn't deliver it. And when I didn't deliver, I seen how he still trusted me, and still, you know what I'm saying, when the time got there, he always like, here, Shy, we're gonna trust you again. So, you know, I just always stuck to the process, you know what I'm saying, knowing I'm gonna have the ball in my hands. So I'm in the gym, you know, working on that. And then when the lights come on, sometimes it, you know what I'm saying, I deliver it.
Yeah, so that year, you know, going through it, you're evaluating the whole time. I talk to you about this all the time. We do small evaluations throughout the season, and you know, we were really weak on the interior. You know, it had some cultural issues. Our roster wasn't the way that we wanted it to be, so we were able to evaluate that and really go into the off season and try to really recruit some high character young men. Obviously, they had to be talented. And we tried to recruit some size on the interior. We tried to recruit some size on the perimeter. And so that was a great evaluation year for us. And it was a lot of what we don't want to happen, what we don't want to do, what cannot happen. So going into that off season, it was a really strong focus on making sure that we adhered to our culture. And guys embraced that, embodied what we were about as a program. And we got to work. That was the message all off season, all season, buying into the culture. And it took us a while, but we got our footing at the right time, and we caught fire, and you know, some pretty special things happened.
I think towards the end of February, we started clicking on all cylinders. You know, every guy kind of understood their role and, you know, what was needed out of them. And like you said, we had a good returning group of, you know, 4 guys with me, Nolan, Kamari, and Donovan, and then brought in a lot of new talent around us. And kind of late February, once, you know, everyone bought into those roles, I think we all started to really gel and, you know, kind of care for each other.
I knew that we were talented. I knew we had the pieces. But I would say after we lost to Hampton.
Start of the day tied with Charleston. 21 wins, most in the CAA. Clock's going to run out. And how about Hampton making 4 wins in a row? 83-70. They split the regular season with powerful UNCW.
And the response from our team, they had a players-only meeting. You know, I knew guys cared about it. I met with the returners and guys that have been in the program for a while. I met with them in my hotel room down at when we got to Williamsburg at William and Mary. We talked about it. I showed them clips of us losing in the championship game when we lost to Charleston. I showed Noah a clip of him at the end of the game. He was crying. He had his head down. I showed Nolan, same thing. He was crying. He had his head down. I showed Donovan, same thing. Kamari, same thing. They were deflated. I showed them that. And I said, if you guys don't want to experience this ever again, you need to respond the right way, and you need to get your team on the same page. And so when we came out of that game and we went and played William and Mary, and the way that we handled them, we experienced some adversity in that game. They made a late run, but we came out with the right fire. We responded to that adversity the right way.
Amari McGriff into the corner, three-pointer up and in by Nolan Hodge. So it's truly coming from everybody by Pulliam. That's McGriff, one of the best shooters in the league, and he goes up with a left hand, a nice soft touch.
Good play, good play.
Williams into the corner, Hodge for three, that's a big one.
I knew after that adversity that we experienced late in the season and the way that we finished the season off, I knew that we had a chance to make some noise when we got to the tournament.
Tonight we're set for the third quarterfinal of this year's event. 10th-seeded Hampton goes head-to-head with second-seeded UNCW from Care First Arena in D.C. It's the third and final meeting this year between these two teams.
Yeah, I think more so than anything, it made us lock in for that quarterfinal game our junior year. You kind of, it's a team that it's not one of the team that gets the double buys, so it's like, okay, it's a team we probably beat before, and so I think some teams have a tendency to look past that game and see, okay, who else do I have to beat to get the job done? But I think we, having lost that game my sophomore year, kind of took that game a lot more serious.
4 to shoot, Bill Jr. lost his footing. 3 to shoot, blocked by Moore. Extends, contests, blocks it. Ross runs back for Moore for 2. The pass from Noah Ross. The and 1 for UNCW. Watched by Goods. Step back, Montgomery feeling it. Oh, he's draining another one. He's got 12 points, 2 threes. But Montgomery taking the game over. All right, under 4 now. Newby gonna take his time. Still without a field goal in the game. Trying to change that. Flips it up and scores. Right on cue. Tough shot, Newby, who had been 0 for 6. Donovan Newby and company. They'll win their 25th of the year to move to 25-7.
Yes. So we were able to lock in and get the job done against Hampton and not really play around with them. So.
You're watching Bracket Week on CBS Sports Network, presented by Kubota. We're back in our nation's capital for the second semifinal of the night of the 2025 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. One of the great all-time rivalries in coastal history. 2-time defending champ Charleston goes head-to-head with UNCW, seeded second this year.
Well, it's incredible when you walk into a building, whether it's here or whether it's in Charleston, and you have that matchup. And you know that the fans are going to be amped up, the students are going to be amped up. There's a different feeling in the air when you walk into the building and you know that's the game that's going to be played.
Ross, the take, 10 to shoot. No Ross for Newby, for 3. Got it. Tries another 3 here. Fulton hits it. He's got a couple. Bucket. Nolan Hodge. Steal. Here's Montgomery. A 1-on-2. Moore trails. Montgomery spins. And scores it for UNCW. Spin cycle sensation. What a play by Bo Montgomery. Half here from DC. Winner plays Delaware tomorrow night for the championship. Inbounds play. Hodge buries a corner 3 ball. Brzovic the touch. Here is Fulton. Thinking 3. Hits another one for Charleston. A big exclamation point finish.
And it's been great. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's probably even more fun from my end because I'm not going to say I don't care who wins. I care about everything, but I don't have a rooting interest in the game. I'm just there to see a great game. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get high drama and a great college basketball game with an incredible college basketball atmosphere.
Pulls up. Tavares again. Feeling it. Just keeps on going. Shoot through your slump, Coach Gillen. A thrilling finish in overtime over Monmouth. Answer for Williams on the other end for the Seahawks.
The bounce.
Tavares. 3 ball. He's got it. We're tied. Defense is frozen. Boyd wants some heat. He's got it! Fire for Darian Boyd from deep. Newby over Brzovic. Hits a contested three. Trying to win 3 straight against Charleston. Smith has other ideas. A.J. Smith in the corner for 3.
Off the court, it's been fun, exciting. There's always boosted up in social media and things like that. Seeing everybody trash talking, things like that. And then on the court, it's just a thinking man's game. It's a chess match. And you feel me? Make sure your next move is your best move, and to be able to play the game like that. Like I said, I'm not the most athletic kid, but my ability to think the game is at a high level. So those games were always fun. Just at the end of the day, you just got to make more plays, make more right plays than the other team. And sometimes we did that, sometimes we didn't.
Harrison lets him play with 2 timeouts. Here's Newby the screen, the 3. He hits it for the Seahawks.
What a shot.
UNCW has the lead by 2. Timeout.
You drive left.
Darian Boyd watched by Hodge with 6. Lost it. Comes the Newby to Montgomery. Foul by Tavares.
Wow.
Here's Boyd. Here's Tavares at the horn. Does hit the 3. It counts, but it's not enough. UNCW, the 2nd seed, is through to tomorrow night's championship game.
Yeah, me and Nolan, we really didn't sleep a whole lot that night before in the hotel room. Just kind of wired. You know, we knew we beat Delaware by 30 points kind of 2 weeks before.
Jerome spins to the baseline to get 3. Fades away from 8 and drains a shot in double figures is Nolan.
We knew it was going to be their 5th game in 5 days, but we also knew we were getting their best punch too. You know, they weren't going to get there after their 5th game in 5 days and lay down.
Yeah, so every night we met. Every night we met, and you know, I'm going down there and hanging out with them. I got my whole team in there watching the potential opponent for the next day. They're in there watching. No egos. They're not being arrogant. They're respecting whoever we play. They're respecting the game. And I'm just sitting back watching as I'm, you know, getting prepared for what's next. I'm sitting back watching, and I'm thinking to myself, we got something pretty special here.
The CAA season started way back on November 4th, and tonight from our nation's capital, it comes to an end. It is time for the 2025 Jersey Mike CAA Men's Basketball Championship game from Care First Arena. In a shocking run, 12-seeded Delaware takes on the 2-seed UNCW. We started this year's tournament with 14 teams, and 12 have gone home. Delaware stunned top-seeded Towson in the semifinals here last night. UNCW survived a wild finish to knock off 2-time defending champ Charleston. The winner punches a ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And there was a point in the game early in the first half where I was like, oh, maybe I think we went up like 10 or 12 early in the first half, and I was like, maybe this is going to be fun. You know, we're going to have a lot of fun out here, and you know, won't really have to sweat it much.
Against Towson last night, lost into the game off the bench. So is Hodge, who hits a 3 right off the bench for UNCW.
Tough player.
Montgomery the take, 4-2. 3rd all time, Crimson Tide history. Obioha follows for 2.
That's it.
Timeout, Martin Inglesby.
Boy, Coach Martin Inglesby.
Hodge to the basket for 2. Two-way player in the G League these days. Williams free, lefty free.
You have to, as a coach, you have to really dial in on the moment. And what I mean by that, you can't pay attention to what Delaware was doing throughout the year. You had to pay attention to what they were doing in the tournament. And so you look at their box score in the tournament, and they were playing some high-level basketball.
We had more time than anything.
Riley,
Whoa!
3 on the other end.
Riley.
Wayne, kicking. Camden for 3. Hits it! John Camden contested 3 over Hodge. And guess what? Delaware has a lead by 1. And 4 assists tonight. Riley, deep 3! Delaware is feeling it from deep again tonight. Obioha's on him. 5 on the timer.
Oh, what a shot.
Past the 7-footer, he's got it.
They locked in. You know, I think they were some of the most powerful walkthroughs and film sessions that we had. And we went out there and, you know, it was one huddle. I think it was 12 minutes left in the game. And I was getting ready to sit down and I was getting ready to talk, and Noah just took over the huddle. And I didn't have to say a word. I couldn't say anything. I was taken back. And
yeah, I think that was either the under 8 or under 4 media timeout when I came out there. And honestly, don't remember a whole lot of what I said. I just kind of blacked out and was saying whatever came to my mind. But definitely felt like we needed it, and it shifted the momentum of the game. You know, we were kind of letting them hang around a little longer than we should have. And I don't know, the message was kind of just more so along the lines of, you know, this is it. You know, we got 8 more minutes. Like, this is the last, could be the last time, you know, I'm playing with some of these cats. So, I don't know, just kind of took over. It was, I'm an emotional guy when I'm out there. Coach always says to, you know, play with emotion, but don't be emotional. So I try to kind of fall in line with that. But
here's Ross. Bumps Timko, tough baseline shot for Noah Ross. The one-hander for 2. Back for Newby, 10 on the timer. Big 3 airborne, got it! It's a 2 for Newby. Hits the jumper.
Yeah, getting to the free throw line, that's something that my AU coach, Coach Larry Stewart, when I was a kid, 4 or 5 years old, he always preached layups and free throws win games.
Here's the inbound pass. Hodge does get it to Newby, who's fouled. The track down from Pasha.
The layups and free throws win games. I was just talking to myself, taking my deep breaths, going through my routine in my mind.
Most coaches don't do it. Newby trying to go 7 for 7 from the line. He does.
And then like just a couple of the players, they were just talking stuff like, you know, miss it, make it interesting, saying all the other stuff. And I was just saying like, nah, I work too hard. We work too hard.
It's short. Allen's got the rebound. And that's it. Delaware does it.
I think back to the 2 times we failed in this and how heartbroken we were.
And there it is. Charleston is going to the NCAA tournament. The Cougars will be dancing in 2023.
But we just kept being resilient, and that's exactly what this group is, very resilient.
Newby hits another one. No timeouts, Delaware lead at 4. Middleton Jr. back in the game. Heads up court in the final moments. Tries a 3, it's off. Williams the rebound. There's the one, that's it. The Seahawks soar into the NCAA tournament. UNCW wins the 2025 CAA Basketball Championship.
Okay with being uncomfortable because I've been uncomfortable my whole life. Back against the wall my whole life. Pretty sure not a lot of people thought a kid from where I'm from would make it how far I have. So it's like you just got to find a way to get the job done by any means, because I've seen my parents, friends, just regular everyday people do it. So yeah.
They go out, they respond to adversity. We made enough plays to win the game, and the rest is history.
I mean, it's something you always dream of. Like, that's why I came here. I wanted to win a championship. You know, as a kid, you watch March Madness on the little box TV. So it's something you always dream of, and you know, the emotions you can't really describe until you feel it. Like, I didn't know how I was really going to react, but it was definitely a special moment.
I think it is more special as a coach because you see so much of yourself in some of these guys, especially the guys that really care about basketball. And, you know, obviously we fell short a few of those years in the championship, especially with somebody like Donovan Newby, you know what I mean? And to kind of help him personally navigate through the ups and downs of his career while he was here, and to see him win a championship and the way that he did it, I think it's much more fulfilling on this side of it than being a player.
He used to tell me all the time, Coach, I want to get to a tournament, Coach. I want to do that for you, man. I want to do that for you. I want to do that for my guys. And to finally see him, you know, have those moments and to experience that with him. You know, I've had great relationships with a lot of my players. But he'll go down as one of the very few that that I deeply care about, and you know, I hope he succeeds throughout the rest of his life.
Now I want to speak to the MVP, Donovan Newby. Donovan, leading into this game, yesterday you had 24, today 17. You were the post for this team moving forward and getting to this point. What's going through your mind?
Man, I just love my team, man. They made me a promise about 3-4 months ago. I told them to take me March Madness, and they kept the end of the bargain. So I just love my team, man. I love them, and I love our support system. Shout out to y'all nation, man. Tidal Town, man. I love this is for y'all. This is for Wilmington, man. I love Wilmington. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. God put me in a position. He blesses me. He keeps blessing me, man. Thank you so much, man.
Talk about the DNA of all your guys here. What that's meant this whole season. What's the DNA like?
Man, it's just toughness, man. It started in the summer, man, on the track running miles, 44s, 210s. We just came stacking our days, man. It was hard, but we came together. It brought us together, and shoot, came out with a championship. So it's all glory to God for that. Thank you.
When I was in Serbia, when they won, I think it was probably like 3 in the morning. And I'm yelling, the neighbor's mad. I'm watching the game, but it certainly felt like I won. Just the brotherhood that's embodied here, the culture that Tidal implements on the team it's amazing, man. And it definitely felt like I was a part of that. And I'm just so excited. I'm glad. I'm thrilled that we finally got that done. And I know there's plenty more out there for us to go get.
The 3 seed in Wichita is Texas Tech, the highest scoring Texas Tech team in 30 years, led by JT Toppin, who we've seen take over games, a school record 15 conference wins. They were the only team to win at Houston. They will face UNCW CAA champs for the 7th time, more than anybody else.
Never gets old seeing these teams react.
Way to go, Seahawks.
Great crowd.
The 7th.
It was awesome. It was everything like you would think it would be. I remember walking in there before, and it was Missouri and Drake playing, and the whole place was sold out. And you kind of just look around for a moment, and the March Madness branding everywhere, and even the bus to the arena. You kind of get around the arena and you see the branding everywhere, and you're like, wow, we're really here. And we were that last game on the Thursday, so kind of sitting around in the hotel room and watching some of the games, and like, okay, we're about to go out there and get our shot at this on national television. Was super cool. So definitely an experience I'll remember the rest of my life. Up until this point has probably been the coolest basketball experience I've been a part of. But still something we're chasing to do again. So.
Yeah, I mean, the first time we went in there for shoot around, it was definitely like, wow. But once the game came around, it's kind of, okay, all the external factors kind of need to go and, try and go out there and do the best you can to execute the game plan and hopefully come out.
A feeling that I can't really describe. You're taking the floor of, some of the most legendary coaches that's ever coached, coaching in the NCAA tournament. Coaching against a guy in Grant McCaslin who I really respect. We try to model some things after his programs and the way he operates. So the feeling was undescribable, to be honest with you. Taking that floor, being there with the guys, your name being called on Selection Sunday. That's what you dream about as a kid. So what a great experience that was as a young head coach to be there in year 5. Navigating through all of that, you're kind of like the players. You're just kind of taking it all in. You want to make sure that you focus on what needs to be focused on. But when you get away from that, you want to soak it all in because you never know if you're ever going to get back. And so, you go into the arenas and you're looking around and you're making sure you go shopping and get some swag for you and the family. You do all of that. You watch, you go out there and you practice. You're taking pictures with, Steve Smith and some of the legendary people that you see out there. You're doing all of that. You're soaking it all in. That's a special moment. I didn't want to take that away from my guys. I wanted them to enjoy that.
Hey, you guys go out there, man. I swear I can't think of anything but this being our moment. Like, I can't think of anything else. Like, I spent like an hour and a half like trying to say, what do I want to say to the guys? What do I want to say to them? And this is just our moment. It is. All right, go out there, embrace it, own it, and take full advantage of it, okay?
Yes,
all right, proud of you guys. Coach on 3, 1, 2, 3. Coach! Come on, baby, come on. Come on. Come on, baby, come on.
And I thought we did a really good job of focusing in on the game when we needed to.
Greedy Williams getting some space off the glass. Another tough angle.
Wow.
Hodge off the screen. Here's Moore for 3. It's good. Little seasoning from Moore as NCAA experience. They put it to 20. Hodge for 3. It's good.
Good job
by Montgomery. Outside from Moore for 3. It's good. 1-point game. He has 2 threes. To the corner. Hodge for 3. And the lead.
I mean, Hodge is having a game. Nolan Hodge averages 7.3 points. He has 12 big ones off the bench.
I was making a couple shots, and that feels good, obviously. But it was the coaching staff, my teammates put me in the right position to be able to go out there and make plays. And I just wanted to do whatever it was to help us win. And like I said, we fell short. So I get in my mind like all those points, whatever, that doesn't matter to me because we lost.
As they win it by a final score of 82-72. And the two coaches meet at midcourt. Great respect for each other.
When we go back, I'll handle it a lot different. I'll prepare their mind for us to go in there and make a run. I thought I did that, but you never really know until you go through it and evaluate the build up to it. I'll prepare them to go in there and make a deep run.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, over the last 25 years, we've had that happen, right? And new leadership comes in, but ultimately the results are right there, right? And so we're the standard in this league. The expectation is for us to win the league, be a player throughout the year, get in the NCAA tournament. And, for us, let's get to that second weekend, right? I think that's a very real thing. I think we can play with anybody at any time. You guys know that the tournament is unpredictable in so many ways. And so, yeah, I think for us to join that level of team that's done that, right? You think about FDU, or you think about UMBC, or you think about some of these teams that have made neat runs into the tournament. I mean, that impacts their whole university, right? And so I'm looking forward to us trying to get ourselves into the second weekend of the NCAA tournament.
I see us, being a national brand. I see us being a national brand, stepping onto the national scene. And for us, everybody that's a part of the program, we can't think small-minded. We have to dream big. We have to dream big. And so I always say this when I talk to the donors and our players, we have to elevate everything that we're doing. We have to elevate our way of thinking. We can't think, oh, we just winning 20-plus games and, we're in championships, and when we can be special. So we have to think that way. So the vision for this program is to be a national powerhouse. We always talk about the Gonzagas and the Butlers and VCUs. And we always talk about that. This place can be that. We have to think and dream big, and that's what I see for this program for as long as I'm here. That's my message to the fans. That's my message to our players. We want to win a national championship. And it may seem crazy, but I'm one of those guys. I'm going to dream big, and I'm going to chase it. And so that's our vision for the program.
And with your extension, what does it mean to you that the university decided to invest in you after all these 5 years of hard work you put in?
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm humbled to be in this position. This has always been a dream job for me. I wanted to play here. I wasn't very good, so I had to go elsewhere. But this was always a spot that I wanted to be in, and I can't thank the people that have paved the way and helped me get here. My parents, just everybody who's had a hand in me getting to this point. The people that have been here before me, the Jerry Wainwrights, the Brad Brownells, Kevin Keats, You know, those guys paved the way for me. You know, I want to give a lot of credit to Mike Oblinger and Chancellor Verletti and the Board of Trustees for making this happen. It was a no-brainer for me. You know, I know it's probably a lot of talk that I could potentially be gone after the season that we had, but I never thought 1 second about leaving here.
Is vital, right? I mean, in college coaching, it's leadership, and you start with the head coach, right? And everything permeates down in this program because of him, right? And so getting together with him early and talking through what it looks like. Listen, we have a great relationship. We talk all the time, so it wasn't a situation where this was catching us off guard a little bit. You know, I want him to be our head coach. I communicated that. We got some things done, and he wants to be here, right? I mean, that's half of it, right? I think people don't quite realize that it goes both ways, right? We want somebody, and he wants to be here, and you know, again, we were very upfront with that. We could not be happier with what's going on with our men's program right now, and that's because of Coach Siddle.
Absolutely, because winning makes you feel a part. Winning makes you feel a part of a culture that I should say of a program that prides itself on winning.
There was a time you had to sell this school to some of the students, but not anymore. They sell themselves right quick.
There's a culture that is different than just being a part of a team somewhere, because having history behind you, it kind of makes you put forth more effort. If you don't have any history behind you, you got nothing to lose. But you got some history behind you, some championship teams from our era to the Keats era to now. So you're kind of pushed, you're motivated to carry that torch.
There's no question that UNCW is the team to beat in the league.
You can feel the energy and the spirit as soon as you walk in this building. Like, it's something different, and Siddle's the right guy for the job, and he's going to get, I'm telling you, there's going to be plenty of more coming, for sure.
All right.
Hey, I'm TJ Carter, 2006 CAA Tournament MVP and proud alum. Being a part of a winning culture taught me that success takes communication, trust, and teamwork. That's exactly what I bring every day at Southeast Mortgage. Whether you're buying your first home, moving up, or renovating your existing home, my team and I are here to guide you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your home buying journey a slam dunk. So why wait for overtime? Take the shot, call me today, or visit my website below.